Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky and I'm from Ivy's Corner. This is a little video of day number 13 of Inktober Tangles 2025. Now these tangles and patterns have been put together in a little order package by Stephanie Jennifer, and she has created a lovely guide to Inktober Tangles 2025 for all of us that practice Zentangle art. And today's pattern is a Zentangle HQ pattern, which is one stepped out and kind of put together by the people at Zentangle HQ in the USA. And that is Mythograph today, which is a lovely organic tangle, lots of auras, lots of Hollibaugh at play here, and so I'm excited to draw it for you now. So in my little sketchbook here, I'm going to find my next free page, and we are going to go ahead and get drawing with Mythograph. Now, this is, again, a pattern that is a Zentangle HQ pattern, but it uses an awful lot of the kind of key concepts of the Zentangle method, including Hollibaugh and aura. So we're going to start off by drawing with our pens a nice kind of stem like this. So just a nice curved line to begin. And I'm going to tether my aura to this. So I'm going to aura this, which means drawing alongside it, but I'm going to start at the top and come away from here to create this stem. And then I'm going to draw a little end to that because we're creating almost like a branch through lots and lots of different auras and doing the same sort of thing. So we're going to do the same thing that we've just done here, but we're going to be taking off of the side of this stem that we've created to create these kind of tendrils that are going to travel away. And you can have your stem, your little tendrils, your auras starting at the top or a little bit further down to create this slightly longer wispy effect. And you can start at the top or start from your branch. Either is fine. And then bring it in to create this kind of little tethered tendril. And they can be long or short, it's up to you. We're just going to space them along this branch that we've drawn. And they can also cross over each other. So these are all kind of going up in a leaf-like manner, but you can also send them in a different direction as well, like so. And crossing over each other is perfectly fine and actually encouraged, I would say, to create this kind of lovely layered effect. And if you want to keep the ones at the bottom slightly longer and then the ones at the top shorter, that's absolutely fine too. I'm going to do one more here before I move on to the next step, like so. Now the next step, once you're happy with the tendrils you've added in the first round, we're going to continue adding more of these in a moment, but the next step is to aura your initial stem that you drew. So we're going to start back down here at the bottom. And now you can just have this coming out from here, or it can originate from the bottom of this stem. I'm going to start alongside. And I'm just going to draw an aura in hollibawing underneath these tendrils. And just continue to place that aura all the way along here until we reach the top, where I'm going to bring it into the point. And then on the other side, now you can also turn your tile to make this easier. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. And just aura all the way up here, bringing my aura to a point at the top of our Mythograph plant. And once we've placed this aura, the next step is just to repeat these sort of the step with the tendrils, basically. So we're going to come off again from this new center aura line and just begin to cross over some of the things we've placed already. Like so. Now this one I drew right over the end because this is just a singular line. Everything else I'm going to Hollibaugh, but if it's just a little single line you can draw underneath without particularly Hollibawing. And really you can just absolutely play this one by ear, and your Mythograph can have lots and lots of tendrils, long ones that disappear off the page even, or it can be a little bit more restrained. They can be curly-whirly, They could be, if they were straight, this is quite similar to the tangle Verdigogh. If your tendrils are straight, it would look a little bit more like that pattern. But there's lots of options here and not really any rules in particular. So once you've placed another bundle of tendrils, we'll come back to this aura down the centre. So starting down here and auraing to create this thicker central stem, and just being aware of hollibawing beneath any of these newly added or previously added tendrils that we've got going on, all the way up to meet at the top. And it's really step and repeat from this point onwards until you're happy. So you can add a few more here and there. If you wanted to make them branch off into multiples, you can. If you wanted to add a bit of a tangulation and add, let's make this one branch off actually. If you wanted to go and add you know, other tangles, so from the ends of these tendrils maybe grow a poke root or a poke leaf or something like that, then you can do that. You can let your imagination run wild with this. You could make the ends of your tendrils different shapes. Loads of options for what you can do with this one. So have a practice of drawing those tendrils, creating this. It almost reminds me of like a seaweed type plant, very nautical kind of underwater feel to it. I'm going to add another layer of my aura in the centre before I call it a day, I think. So just either side to create this deeper kind of thick sort of hatched stem of your plant. Now, if you wanted to, you could go through and kind of ink in some of these alternating central stems. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to simply shade as we are. And I'm going to run a nice bit of graphite right down the centre of this first one that we added. And then I can just add touches here and there where anything crosses over in the centre where there's lots of lines. And really just play it by ear, just seeing how you want it to come together. But there's lots of over and under going on here, which always makes for interesting shading. So I'm going to soften that centre one that I added first, and then everything else, I'm just going to add little bits here and there where there's shade or where there's things popping out or things bundling together. And that is quite simple with the shading. That is Mythograph by Zentangle HQ. So let me just write that down. We're on day 13 of Inktober now. And this is Mythograph by Zentangle HQ. Lovely tangle, really nice organic pattern that you can add and really bring some life to your work. I hope you enjoyed this little lesson. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. You can also follow along with my Inktober journey and all the other social media channels. I'm at Ivies_corner_arts. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for day 14 tomorrow.